What's going on, everybody? Leo here, and thanks so much for checking out episode 6 of the Creative Library Podcast. If this is your first time checking us out, welcome. My name is Leo, and you can find us on both YouTube and on your favorite podcast app. So if you prefer video, YouTube, prefer audio, or on the go ahead and check out the podcast app. So we've been away for a little bit. And for good reason. I actually uploaded a video explaining a little bit about that up to our YouTube channel. So go ahead and check that out if you missed it. Spoiler alert, we have a kid now. We have another roommate in the house. So, that's really exciting. Love it. But now we're back on track and ready to roll with some more podcasts. So today, I'm actually really pumped because we have Mr. Jeremy Poland on the podcast today. If you don't know who he is, he's a portrait photographer out in Grand Junction, Colorado. He's a young dude. He's, I can't remember how old exactly. Early 20s, I think. Maybe even younger. I don't know. But dude's killing it out there. I mean, and he's the reason I wanted to bring him on specifically, not just because I like his work, but I think he's just really good at putting his own personality into his own creative work. So you'll see within the first minute what I mean by putting your personality into your work. But I mean, Jeremy, if you ever talk to him, hang out with him a little bit, I've only Skyped with him, but if you ever talk with him, you can tell he's just like a really outgoing guy, really, just a really cool personality. And if you look at his photography, it's the exact same way. It's a lot of fun, really out there, really, going after stretching some boundaries in a really awesome, creative way. And so I loved his work, and so that's why I wanted to bring him on. And he also talks about, just getting started, social media and doing work for free and, all kinds of controversial topics. Just that one. But, really cool dude, and excited to share the interview with you all. So before we get in, as always, this podcast is brought to you by Soundstripe.com. If you don't know who they are a music licensing company where for $10 a month or $99 a year, you can license all the music you want, whether you're using it for corporate work, wedding work, commercial work, TV, Hollywood. Doesn't matter where you're using it. It's going to be that same low subscription price. And even if you stop your subscription, that license is still good. So there's that. Now, that was a popular question. So, they have some really awesome music on there, and definitely check them out. And make sure to use the link below and use the promo code Creative Library because you'll get 10% off your first purchase. So check them out. They're awesome. That's where I get most of my music from for YouTube and all kinds of stuff, even for wedding work. So, but without further ado, let's hop into the podcast.
All right.
Nice. Alrighty.
I'm sweaty. I'm nervous.
You're nervous? I don't need to be nervous. No. All right. Well, hey, today's guest is Jeremy Poland, living out in Colorado, which is really awesome. I've always wanted to go out there. But Jeremy, he is the creative director of 4640 Student Center, and that is a part of Fellowship Church. He is also a portrait photographer. He has his own business. It's just straight jeremypoland.com. You can go check out his work. It's pretty awesome. And just an overall solid dude. So, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Heck yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's cool. Now, here's the thing. So this is the first time we're chatting, right? I mean, we've messaged on Facebook. But the first time I noticed you, you posted a video or something in a Facebook group, and it was your video announcements for 4640. And maybe I'll like splice in like a little snippet of.
You should. They're very strange. Is that weird? My favorite color is you. Huh. Oh, daggum, Margaret. I don't know. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I'm Jeremy, and I think I lost a...
No, but I mean, it caught my eye because I mean, it was just so, it was so out there, so unique, and so just
Thank you.
And that's, I mean, I think that's what like this whole podcast is going to be about, is just like your personality you put into your work, and that is absolutely, that's awesome. I think you do a great job of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So, just getting started, let's just go through your story. Like from the very, very beginning, what got you into your passion of creativity? Was it photography? What was it?
Yeah, where to start? Well, I guess, I mean, when I was like 5 years old, probably, my parents had this like sick Windows 95 computer with like 64 megabytes of, who knows? And I pretty much, as like at 5 years old or whatever I was, I pretty much wrecked it, just by like experimenting and like, oh, sick, I can play Minesweeper on here. And I can also, have all these sweet games, and wow, it's running slow. Let's just start deleting things. And so I like was deleting operating system files and like, oh, that's taking up space. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that'll help. And then we got like a 2 gigabyte hard drive or something. We were so stoked about it. And yeah, I don't know. So like, I mean, I've always been like super nerdy into like technology and just the weirdness behind all that. I guess probably sixth grade or so. I don't know. I got, somebody gave me like this weird off-brand Photoshop called Photo Explosion, and I still have it. I still have it.
Did
over
it
there.
automatically put explosions in every photo?
I think so. I mean, probably. And then there's like kid pics. You play with that, growing up or whatever. Just weird like little apps like that. And then I ended up getting Photoshop Elements at one point, probably 6th or 7th grade, somewhere in there. I don't know. And I honestly, like, just everything I've learned, I've just been experimenting, and like, I mean, that's such a great way to learn, is you just practice and experiment and usually ruin things and wreck stuff, and that's totally fine. Yeah, wreck that. Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's kind of how it started, is just a lot of experimenting and learning, and that's how it is.
No, that's really cool. What camera did you start on?
Oh gosh. First, a lot of point and shoot, just little guys. I probably have one. No, I don't. Just like those little, probably the Canon PowerShot, whatever it is. Yeah. I think I started with that, which obviously that was more photo work, which is just fun. Then what did I get? I got a Canon T3i in high school, which was sick. A Canon Rebel series is awesome for, if you're starting out photography, that's the camera to get. It's sick.
Absolutely. I feel like everybody, even like photo or video, like the T3i is just the way to go. Like if you're just starting out.
Yeah. Don't get the T6i. Don't get the new one with the touchscreen. Who needs that? That's stupid. Get like an old used T2i, T3i. It's sick. It was a good camera, and I used it a ton. I don't know if I filmed any video announcements on it, but through high school I had a YouTube channel, and it's super embarrassing, and it's funny, and it's so weird.
Is it still up?
It's called Jer Channel.
Oh, nice.
If you search it on YouTube, I had like probably 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and then like all these stalkers around the world that were like buying merch and stuff. It was super fun, and I don't think I realized how big of a deal it was to like have that kind of following. Because that was back in the days on YouTube when you can have like friends and stuff, and I had like 20,000 friends or something crazy.
Oh yeah.
Which was awesome. And so I mean that's a good practice for like editing video and coloring video, and these ones obviously weren't super high produced or anything, but. Just a lot of like practice again, just a lot of learning from experience, and yeah. Step one is just go for it and practice.
Yeah, no, that's so good. I mean, that's the thing that I always tell people whenever they're just getting started, is just like, they ask me like, okay, so, do you have to like go get a project, or what do you have to do? I'm just like, look, if you see something on the internet, like if you see a picture or you see a video that you like, just try to like copy it just for your own
Figure
practice. Like if you like the lighting, if you like the the effect, like a tilt shift effect or something like that. Just go out and just try it. Just do it. You're going to learn a ton in that process.
Absolutely. Yep, it's how it is. Just go figure it out.
Yeah.
And you're gonna make crap for the first like 5 years, and I'm still making crap all the time. Like everything I make is terrible, and that's okay.
Truth.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh man, I look back at some videos. It was embarrassing. I just look back at some videos that like people. I won't go there, but yeah, I go back to my videos that people praise me for it, and I'm just like, man, that stuff is terrible. Like
that was terrible, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because it's a learning experience. And gosh, I tried my hand at wedding photography. It was terrible. I did so bad. Yeah. Just stuff like that. Like you just end up in it and just figure it out. And, you can't suck, but it's gonna suck no matter what. Yeah. So just experiment and figure out what you like, and then learn how to do it.
Yeah. No, that's good. Cool. And so, like, as you were getting started, younger, just as you were getting started, like, did you have anybody you like looked up to, like anybody that inspired you?
Right. I mean, I was super inspired by just a lot of YouTubers back then, because that's what I was starting with my main like Jer Channel YouTube channel. Yeah. I mean, there's like Mitchell Davis and like all these big names on YouTube. What was it? It was like, gosh, I don't remember the guy's name. Shane something. He was like a big deal, like just all these like huge YouTubers with all these fans, and like they're coming up with this wacky content, and it was just like everybody loved it. So that was like a big inspiration of just like, you got to create stuff that catches people off guard. Like it can't just be this regular usual thing, because you're just going to fall into like the white noise that everything else is. So I was just like inspired by these people that were just different, just a little bit weird, and that's okay.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's good. And I mean, I think that's like the thing that caught my attention. Just seeing your photography, seeing your videos. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, again, we'll get into this a little later, but just your own personality. You were just like, it doesn't matter what people think. I'm just gonna go out there and just do it, and that works. It's awesome, and we'll get into that a little later, but. What was it like for you as you were getting started more seriously? Like, I mean, did you have any difficulty getting started? I mean, you're a young dude right now. Like,
22.
Yeah, you're 22 now. How old were you when you first started?
Gosh, like photography stuff? Or?
Yeah, photography.
Yeah, so, gosh, probably like senior year in high school or so. Yeah, I started taking pictures just for friends, like just for fun, just like, let's go get weird and take pictures. Who cares? Sorry, I say get weird a lot.
You're good.
Let's get weird. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd go out in high school, we'd go out and just go take weird pictures. I mean, like our downtown's really cool, and they fill it up with crazy Christmas lights every Christmas, and let's go take pictures in that, or like, let's go do whatever. I don't know if I took any senior photos for any of my class, but for the next class I graduated in 2013 from high school. And so I guess class of 14, I had a few seniors that were kind of my guinea pigs, but I mean, they were paying me.
Yeah. Nice.
So I guess the weirdest part is like when people start to like offer you money for what you like to do. Like that's super weird to get used to. And it happens like sooner than you'd expect. Which is fun.
Absolutely.
Usually, and the stuff you make, whether it's good or not, people pay you for it. It's weird, but
yeah. I mean, what was that like for you? Kind of getting started and people paying you. Like, what kind of weirdness did you feel? Maybe like people listening in might feel that weirdness. Like, how'd you overcome it?
Right. I mean, I guess you're like turning your art into financial income that's awesome, and there's definitely like that weird threshold of just like. It doesn't start early, but just like, am I going to sell out? Like, I'm an artist and it's what I do. And like, artists are so like annoying about that. Like we all are, whether you like consider your work art or not, we're going to be weird about that. Just like, you don't want to like, define yourself by people's standards and, well, what if this is what they want and this is what they're going to pay me for, but I don't want to do that. You kind of have to like find that balance. Like, I don't really enjoy doing senior photos that much just because you can't get as artsy because moms and,
Yeah.
But at the same time, like that's what pays the bills. There's that weird balance that you kind of just have to, on your own, you kind of just have to figure out what you like to do and what you are willing to do and what you're absolutely not willing to. I will never do a wedding again. Someday I might, who knows?
Yeah.
I will not do newborn, like baby photos. Like that sounds awful.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
That's not me, but some people are amazing at it and I can refer to them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's good. Yeah. I mean, that's really cool to hear from you, just like as you got started, and yeah, that's really cool. So I think this is where, we can take up a little bit of the major chunk right here, because I think you do this the best out of anyone that I've like seen, which is just like you have a very unique style, photography, video, whatever. And I think the uniqueness comes from you putting your own personality into your work. And that's awesome. I saw like the smoke bombs and the lights and the colors, and it looks like you allow, or sorry, like your energy, like your personality just kind of like goes into your subjects a little bit, because they just look like they're having a ton of fun. And
right, that's the goal. They're actually miserable. They're actually miserable the whole time.
They're actually
plot
at
twist.
Gunpoint. Yeah, but like I don't know, like how to the creative getting started, or even people already like in the field that are listening in, like how important do you think it is for someone to like display their own personality or their heart in their work?
Right. I mean, it's what you do and it's who you are, and you're a creative, and so you got to show off your creativity somehow, whether it's video or you're painting. I mean, whatever. And so, yeah, absolutely. You should show off your uniqueness and your style, because again, you don't want to be white noise. And I think that's probably what I was for the first couple of years, is just like doing what everybody else is doing. And there's not, I mean, maybe I'm just like this punk rock kid that's just like, let's go against the grain and, like screw the system, like whatever. And just like be unique and be you and be, let that shine. I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's like half my goal.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's cool. So, I mean, how would you say, so you said just starting off, you were kind of just white noise. Like what had you, was there like a switch that clicked in your head of just like, what, I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Right.
What was that transition like?
Honestly, like it's kind of a slow transition. At least it was for me. You kind of find what you really like, and that takes a long time. I'm still figuring out what I like and what I want to do even for this year. This is kind of my slow season. So I kind of like take the month and kind of analyze and figure out what I'm going to do. And taking times like that is wise. And I mean, I follow so many like photographers on Instagram, or like, you could have a Vimeo account with just like so many followings. Just figure out what you want to do and like figure out what you like to do and figure out your style. And that takes forever. And if you're like copying somebody for a year, like who cares? I mean, that's flattery. I mean, I still do that.
Yeah.
Just figure out what you really enjoy. And I think it'll come. It takes a little bit, but it definitely shows up.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's good. I mean, and I think that's wise. I mean, so like, I'll give an example. Like for me, if I tried to copy your style because it caught my attention and I was just like, man, that looks awesome. Dude, people would figure out that I'm faking it like the whole time. Like I don't have your personality, and I think that's okay. I could be, I could do all these, cuts and videos and try to emulate your photography. But man, if that's not me, man, people are going to figure that out real quick. And over time, like for me right now, personally, I am, I'm currently switching over, or kind of, as you said, like finding myself a little bit when it comes to my own art. And I'm actually enjoying a little bit more of the moodier kind of photos and video. And
that's awesome.
It's hard, for me right now, because I don't know how to like consistently hit it every time, but I like it. And
practice. There's your practice thing.
Exactly. And but I mean, it's so much fun trying to figure that out. And two, when you nail it, like, oh, that's awesome. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I think that's really good what you just said of just, if you need to copy somebody for a year or whatever, like, do it, fine, whatever.
Who
but
cares? Yeah, I'm still in that phase.
yeah, like over time, you will find your own voice,
Yeah.
and you will find your own style, and people will like that. They'll recognize. There's like what,
Yeah.
billions of people in the world. People are gonna like your style. You're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
unique no matter what. So
Absolutely.
yeah, no, that's really cool. I
So
think that's,
true.
yeah, I mean that's the cool thing about just creative, the creative community is creativity, just as a
Yeah.
whole. Like it's so there are rules, but there is no rule.
Right. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, no, that's really cool. For kind of switching topics a little bit,
Sure.
for someone like starting off, as a young photographer just starting out, what would you say to them? What kind of tips would you give them?
Run. It's hard. It's a lot of work. Um, Gosh. I mean, again, just practice. Like, don't be ashamed if your stuff is terrible. I mean, my stuff is still occasionally, very often, is terrible, and I post the best. You know, there's nothing wrong with being bad at something, and because you're constantly improving if you're practicing. And even if you like have to do a ton of free shoots, I still do free shoots to practice and just
Yeah.
to like try out new gear, try out new things, new ideas, new ideas that will make my website look good. Like if I, find a cool smoke bomb color that I want to go play with, like that's going to look great on my homepage on my website. So let's go do it. Who cares? Like, don't
Yeah.
expect money first off. I mean, don't expect to get paid immediately. I mean, just set your expectations a little bit lower and just be okay with kind of being bad at it for a while.
Yeah.
And just know that you're going to be constantly improving. I mean, that's probably my best advice other than run away fast because it doesn't pay that much as you think.
Yeah.
I mean, you charge $500 for a session, but that's not just the hour you're there. That's like all your time editing and
Gosh,
many hours of taxes and editing and web design and gosh.
Yeah.
So being a photographer, you're not just hanging out with people and taking pictures. That's probably 10% of what I actually do. Fun fact.
Yeah. I mean that's so true. I mean it's creativity. It looks fun because our Instagram feed looks fun.
Yeah, it looks fire that we're just having all this fun hanging out on.
Yep. But oh, the lonely hours we spend.
Yes, 2 a.m. editing all the time.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, and I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. You
Yeah.
said something really interesting that, I mean, so from the outside, people would look at you, look at your work, and be like, "Man, this dude's made it." Like he's having a blast and doing all that. Like he's rolling in the dough. But
Right.
I mean, you said something that that caught my attention. You said that you still do sessions for free. Like,
Absolutely.
and I mean, can we dive into that? Like,
Yeah.
I know some people that'd be like, man, shoot, like you're a professional. Like, you should
I know.
always charge for,
And that is extremely controversial in the creative world, especially photography. It's just like, never shoot for free. You are an artist and everything you do is worth something. Like, I don't know. I mean, I take it as, sure, I could, have this like paying client that I could take to a sketchy location that I don't know if it's going to work or not. But they're paying me to like not suck. And so, I mean, I've done that for like every year for high school seniors. I try to do like a couple seniors I sponsor. And I tell them up front, like, we're going to try some sketchy locations and like we might get kicked out as something or whatever. And that happened. We almost got stabbed, but
oh gosh.
I mean, you can't take a paying client somewhere where you're going to get kicked out, or whatever. Or you can't take a paying client somewhere with this cool new light setup that you think is awesome, but you've never tried it before and waste an hour of their time. I mean, you can't do that stuff. And so like, I will often do shoots, just for free with friends or with people who have paid me in the past or clients that I'm going to be working with in the future just to get to know them. I mean, that's great experience. Just anything that, I mean, if it's going to help your social media, like if it's like it's snowing right now in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if there's something that's like going to be in the news or something that's like, for Valentine's Day, for example, I don't do couples photos. I think it's disgusting. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want a third wheel. I'm already bad at third wheel. I don't know. That's not me. And so to kind of do like a little press release thing, I like hit up one of my seniors and I was like, can we shoot with some pizza and some fries? And so I did this social media post of like fries before guys for this girl that was like holding fries and just like stupid stuff. But like it got so many likes, and I got all these new followers that were like his friends,
Yeah.
and his and her friends, both of them. Like it was helpful to my business just to like be wacky and be weird, and because they would not pay me to like sit in some grass and like hold this nice big pizza and just like stare at it. Like people don't pay you for that stuff usually.
I'll pay you if you want.
You'll pay me.
I like pizza.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with doing free shoots just to, like, not only better yourself, better your business, practice, and especially starting out, do stuff for free. Like, it's huge practice. It's awesome.
Yeah,
So-
no, absolutely. I mean, and that's so true. I think this dude I follow, his name is Gary V. He talks about the Taylor Swift effect, where, I mean, she's making millions. You know, if someone wants her to come play somewhere, like, she charges crazy amounts of money. But
Yeah.
the way that she interacts with her audience and her Instagram and Twitter and all these people, like the way she interacts with her community is just like giving out free stuff, you know?
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
one person hit her up and was like, "Hey, I'm getting married this weekend. It'd be so awesome if you showed up." And she did. And
Yeah.
she got a ton of ton of press release and
Yeah, it helps you.
Absolutely. And I don't know, yeah, I think that's it's so interesting just as a creative community, kind of, I don't know, puffing yourself up, making your head big, just saying like, "Oh, you know, my creativity is awesome and you need to pay me thousands and hundreds or whatever." It's
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like it's gonna, rather than just looking at the short term, man, that's gonna pay off so much more in the long term.
It really does. I mean, there's definitely a balance. Like, don't do everything for free because
Right.
you got to pay the bills.
You gotta eat.
And like, if you do it too much for free, here's the balance: is if you do too much for free, people will figure that out and they won't hire you because they think that you can win your next Instagram contest and shoot for free. Because I do those too. So you got to be like, you have to have that balance is important.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's wise. And yeah, I mean, especially right now, I mean, it's so easy to, like, if you do want to build a following or actually not even just a follow, like numbers on Instagram, they don't matter. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
obviously-
Can I rant for a brief amount of time?
oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Being famous and having a lot of likes on Instagram is just like being famous, it's just like being rich in Monopoly. It doesn't matter. Because I had so many friends on MySpace
Yeah.
in 2006, and then 2 years later, it's completely gone and no one cares.
Yep,
Who cares?
absolutely.
I mean,
No,
sure,
that-
having a fair amount of subscribing people is definitely important because people will take you seriously, but who cares?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
that's so true. I mean, it's what's most important is not the numbers of followers, number of retweets, number of all that stuff, but it's just, man, what are you giving back to the community? Because
Yes.
those real people are going to then refer other of their friends, and
It's
they're
true.
going to, doesn't matter if you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they're going to find you if they like your work and
Straight
they
up.
like your personality, you connect
Yeah.
with community. Man, that's like, for me, that's one thing that I'm working on a whole lot this year is,
Yeah, it's huge.
just, hop on Instagram. Like, I literally just started an account.
Oh, yeah?
2 months ago. Like,
follow you.
Nice.
I'll follow you.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And what else? Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat, but shoot, dude, I'll hop on there. If it allows me to connect with my community
Right.
that we're gonna build, man, that's what it's all about right there, and that's
Right.
so important.
And it's important to like analyze who you're following is and who you're following you want to be is and who your target client is. Like my target client is high school to college millennials. I hate
Yeah.
that word, but us dang millennials. Always trying to find them. I mean, so where are they? They're on Snapchat. They're on Instagram. I think they're slowly moving back to Facebook. I don't know. Nobody really
Yeah.
knows. So most of my focus is on Instagram right now. And I actually use a service called If This Then That, IFTTT .com, that will automatically, like, you post to Instagram and it'll automatically push it to like all your other social networks. If you want it to, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it for free. And so, I mean, if you want to focus on one social media at a time, you can do that and just let it all Fun fact. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah.
Just let it drive itself so you don't have to like spend all your waking hours doing social media because it's miserable.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Absolutely. I mean, that's actually that's one thing I'm finding as a husband is, I want to grow my communication with, anybody on, following me on social media. But
Yeah.
if I'm spending every single hour just looking at my phone,
It doesn't
and
work.
not spending time. Yeah. I mean, it's great. Like, and
Get
I mean,
out
just
now,
with
bro.
family, yeah, family members. I mean, my wife, she is so important, like I don't want to be focused on just my phone. I want to, spend time with my wife and
Yeah.
know that she is loved and
Yeah.
she is loved more than the
What my
the
friend's
community
doing.
there. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
no, I mean, dude, living in a creative world it's fun, but it's tough.
It is tough.
Yeah. Run.
Yeah, run far away. Take a desk job. I don't know. Don't do that. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't do a 9 to 5. That sounds
Gosh.
okay. Cool, dude. Yeah, and I mean, again, I the thing I love most about you and your work is you just put your excuse me, you just put your heart and soul into it.
That's what I
And
do.
It shows, and
Good. Thank you.
yeah, dude, and you don't come across as fake. You come across as genuine.
I hope so.
And yeah, no, it's great. And I think you do a great job at interacting with your community.
Well, thank
You
you.
do a great job of, yeah, you're awesome, man. And you're a young dude, and you have an awesome future ahead of you. And it's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes about. So I guess just kind of like looking forward.
Oh gosh.
Where do you see yourself going in the next couple of years?
Oh man, I have no idea, and it's like I'm definitely at this turning point, and like I said, like high school seniors, it pays bills. I mean, it's awesome, but it's not my favorite, and I don't know what my favorite is yet, and I still don't know. And I've been doing photography for 5 years. I don't know, and I don't know what I like yet. And I definitely like portraits, so for sure sticking that direction. But I mean, that could go towards commercial like stuff. That could go towards advertising. I mean, there's so many things that would probably pay a little bit more than high school senior work. You can only charge so much, and then the moms get mad and they don't pay you.
Yep.
So I honestly, I don't know what's next, and it's going to be a slow transition, which is fine. Like I'm already gearing up for class of 2018, which our schools, local schools, are due in about October. So I got to like generally shoot over the summer, and so that's kind of booked out already and planned. But yeah, I don't know what's next.
Yeah.
Because
No.
I mean, the stuff I want to do is hard to get paid for, and because there's so many just like me that are like good at using a camera and good at posing people, and so like finding that uniqueness and exactly what I want to do, I'm still not there yet, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's totally cool. I mean, shoot, dude, if you if you told me that like 3 years ago that I'd be full-time video, full-time doing all this stuff, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
No way.
I
weird, yeah.
graduated, fun fact, I graduated college with a criminology investigations degree.
No way.
Yeah. When I graduated, did not know how to operate a camera.
Yeah, that's okay.
That is my life now. So
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, that's really cool. I think that's kind of the scary but fun part of having a creative life is
Yeah.
obviously you want to know where you're going in the future, but at the same time it can be a little free flowing. And I mean, it sounds like your personality, like that's how you are.
Yeah.
And that's totally cool. And for those listening, don't be scared if you don't know where you're going to be in a year.
Seriously.
It's okay.
I mean, yeah, money will come. I mean, if yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Good stuff, man. Well, hey, any final thoughts on anybody listening? Any final tips or anything?
Best tip. I don't know. Run. Just kidding. Don't do that. Just pursue your dreams. Figure out what you want to do and just dive in. Who cares? Just like figure it out.
There you go.
Yep.
Good stuff. I like it, man. Cool, dude. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. And yeah, man, I love having you. And I'm excited to see where you go, man, honestly.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So that was Jeremy Poland, really cool dude, and really thankful that he was able to come on the show. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, he talked about a couple things there, just putting himself, putting himself out there in terms of, his own kind of creativity and, breaking rules or whatnot, and, doing work for free. I know that's a touchy subject for creatives. What else did he talk about? I mean, I don't know, just being yourself. I mean, that's so important, I mean, it's, I feel like your future clients are definitely going to get to know you first through your work. And so you want to be real there. You don't want to fake it. And I think Jeremy does a fantastic job of that. So again, really thankful he was able to come on. So, but yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you agree? Did you disagree? Whatever, just put them in the comments below or shoot me an email. And next time I think we will have Callie Lindsay, so you can be looking out for that. Look forward to that. She is also a photographer. She's a really close friend of mine. Personally, I've known her since she was like 15 or 16 or something like that. We actually worked at Chick-fil-A together for a long time, and now she's making it big. She's doing she has viral photography and all kinds of stuff going on. So there's that. What else on the YouTube channel? We're having GH5 footage and all kinds of awesome stuff happening, so go ahead and check that out if that interests you. But that is it for this podcast. Thanks for checking it out. Leave us a review, or comment, subscribe, whatever. You all know what to do. Helps us out. Thanks. Peace.